putrid stink of dishonesty hangs heavy in the air. Proceed carefully. These fortifications may still be inhabited.
Our latest intelligence tells us you've infiltrated the Institute and liberated a valuable holotape from their facility. I'm quite disappointed you chose to build the signal interceptor without the Brotherhood Knight. However, you've secured passage to and from their facility, which was one of our primary goals. So, I'm willing to overlook your lapse in judgment, since you've unexpectedly accelerated our plans. I now have 2 missions for you to complete. First and foremost, I want you to bring that holotape to Proctor Ingram right away. There could be data vital to the success of our mission on that tape, so we can't afford to take any chances. The second part of your mission requires a bit of background to explain. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. Come back here, Knight. You aren't going near that teleporter until you've heard me out.
I have something urgent to report, Elder. The Institute is attempting to recover escaped synths at Bunker Hill.
How did you obtain this information? Our reconnaissance hasn't reported anything of the sort.
I thought I was your Institute reconnaissance.
You're the only one that's been able to breach the Institute. We've been running not to mention all this. I assure you.
I received the information from the Institute itself.
And you've done the right thing by reporting this to me directly. Well done, soldier. Your report provides us with a golden opportunity to state our intentions to the Institute. I'm placing you in command of this mission. Exterminate the synths at Bunker Hill, and whomever the Institute sends to retrieve them. I'll instruct Kells to assign you the appropriate backup. Dismissed, soldier.
Adjusting internal ballonet pressure. Green lights across the board.
You're an inspiration to us all, Knight. U.S. morale.
That's Beneke, folks.
There must be something significant in this area to merit these fortifications.
The Minutemen are out in the Commonwealth. What kind of things, you ask? Well, I wouldn't tell you. I have heard
I've been waiting for you.
That they have taken over the castle.
Watch your tone, Synth.
Next time, move faster. Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. The situation appears to have... We move in. Secure the synths and...
Yeah, we've got this.
Remember,
Has the world...
here are the... SRB intelligence reports indicate that the synths are being held.
Hey,
The mission's
go ahead.
parameters just changed. Going shooting.
Going shooting.
Requesting
Paladin
backup
Dance.
relay now.
What do you want?
that's fun. I guess maybe they're gonna take over. I guess that's an improvement, right? Brotherhood instead of, mutants. That was a joke, by the way. I was totally kidding. Didn't really mean it. And if the Brotherhood is listening, I'm sure you're very nice.
Hey,
Please don't kill me. Was I the only one surprised that Skeeter Davis is, a woman? It's just, that doesn't really sound like a woman's name. Hey, who are you writing that poem for? Skeeter!
Ready.
you there, Synth.
Come on, please. Just don't.
D257.
Here they are.
God, it's a Courser.
Sure.
Issue the reset codes and...
No sudden moves.
Please, no.
Y915 initiate. All right, Synth.
Please!
You're not leaving here in one piece.
No! Synths are to be returned to the Institute, not terminated. Further hostilities will necessitate
I've been looking
a
for you.
response. No, I've got money. It's yours if you let me go.
F633, initiate reset. Authorization code Delta 62 Arcus.
That's all of them. Objective complete. Return to the town. Make sure all hostiles have been eliminated. I will relay the synths back to the Institute. Report to Father upon your return, and good work.
radiation sickness. Might stay on.
Our
Elder
latest
Maxon.
intelligence tells us you've infiltrated the Institute and liberated a valuable holotape from their facility. I'm quite disappointed you chose to build the signal interceptor without the Brotherhood, Knight.
Hold up, Knight.
Hey there.
Let me make
Liberating
one
the
thing
Commonwealth is
clear.
a huge responsibility.
As a member of the Brotherhood, you serve under
get
my
That
job
got
done.
5 stars.
If you want my
Oh.
respect, you will have to earn
5
it.
of them.
When I give you a
Get
mission,
it?
I expect results.
Because
Is that
those,
clear?
That's funny. Sort of. No.
I'm busy, Captain, but I'll see what I can do.
The Brotherhood is not some mercenary company. You have responsibilities, Knight. I want you to take charge of a recovery.
There's this article. Something. I'm not saying. I'm not saying it's correct. And, of course, the mayor. I best to read. I have a statement from the mayor's office. Just says here, there's nothing to worry about. That it's, safe and all, everybody. It's crazy stuff.
An operation. We've just
Anyway, it's
Reactor is 100% of
something to think about, I guess.
Proximity
Hey.
sensor's green.
All right.
Getting a
This
3-second
next song?
ping.
Paladin Dance.
What's up?
Dance. I think it's time.
I'm not going to
Uh-huh.
come back alive,
Oh boy.
soldier.
I just, okay.
Your reconnoiter of the Institute complete. You finally have first-hand knowledge about their facility.
From what I hear, that rogue symbol over Talia was a human enemy. Glad it's back where it belongs.
Sounds like those raiders at
Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Nice work,
AO
bringing
saw
that
you
rogue
accessing
synth
a
back.
terminal. You know you are not permitted to access terminals in that section. Is Dr. AO mistaken?
Please resist any urge you might feel.
No, not. But I was only...
What is it? Were you or weren't you accessing a terminal in SRB?
I was. But I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal, and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a
X688
defect?
sounded very impressed with your work at
to be reset.
Sir, I
doesn't give
assure
praise
you
like
that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
Some air fresheners, a new coat of paint, and it'll all be good as new.
If only it were that simple. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
They left me on ice. For 60 years.
They did. And for good reason. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me out.
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you, as it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. It's remarkable. There are greater things to come after your success at Bunker Hill. The synths have been safely returned and will be repurposed. Thank you for your work. I hope you weren't at too much risk.
It was a job that needed doing.
Yes, but it was also a job that you needed to be aware of. The railroad remains an annoyance, of course, but they'll be dealt with as necessary. And you, well, you've passed the test, as they say. You have done well. Please, take this as a token of my appreciation. Our appreciation, really. It's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Hello.
Requisition clearance.
Hey, Spots. That was them. There they are. Singing, I don't want to set the world on fire. Irony. So, there's this thing
Let's
I heard
get this
about.
Directorate meeting over with
I'm not
before
even
we
really
speak
sure
further.
what to say.
Yes.
There are... there are stories about... Well, it's some big contraption that's being built out there in the Commonwealth. No one that's mentioned it, they don't know what it does. Not for sure. This next part... Well, I mean, it's just people talking.
Let's get this directorate meeting over with before we speak further.
Not necessarily. But it's been said...
It's important.
Well, it has something to do with the Institute. Trying to blow it up.
Doctor, I left a copy of the lab report on your desk. Did you get a chance to read it?
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue.
And I saw this thing.
But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware.
Johnny Mercer is up next.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ao has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties are present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
What's Phase 3?
It's very important to us. Power... I'm not talking with many...
In this world, I'm sure compromise is necessary.
Quite right. For far too long, we've been dependent. It will...
Sounds like an important step.
That. Sure. The reactor is closed. And to how... Yes, Dr. Ao. Right. While I'm not...
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please. As I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What?
Can't be serious.
Everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
There must be something we can do to help you.
The only thing that matters now is continuing the Institute's work. It will be all right. I assure you, we can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
I can do the job.
Of course you can. That's why I made the decision. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead, for all of us. But for you especially. I know that you'll...
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over the details. Recent events have upset our timetable. Going to have to... You're going...
Consider it done.
I'll consider it done when I...
Sounds good. I'd appreciate the company.
Not as much as I'd appreciate coming back in one piece. I don't like going above ground, but here... Not to put more pressure on you. We don't want... Head on...
Must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built.
Go through them.
Dr. Fillmore.
This wasn't really what I planned on doing today.
Wait.
Over here! Over here!
Dave, locked them.
thing. A sort of note, I guess, from a sponsor here in Diamond City, and I'll just read it. Commonwealth weaponry. It's a dangerous world out there. Protect yourself. Protect your family. I kind of feel like the last thing I'd want to do is, go looking for radioactive material. But not Warren Smith. Here's uranium rock.
No sign of the agitator. We'll have to search the rest of the building.
Allie.
If I was a pre-war tech conglomerate, where would I keep all my best toys? It's an ambush!
Leave no survivors.
Out there in the Commonwealth that I have heard. You know the one about the railroad, a group that actually helps. They help synths who want to escape the Institute. Yeah. Well, maybe it's not just a rumor. I mean, it is as far as I know. Of course, I mean, they may actually be out there. It sounds kind of crazy, if you ask me. And if it were real, it'd be super dangerous, I bet. I think it's way safer to just sit here and play music.
Why do these objects keep moving?
Because I need them. I forget. There's music.
There's the reactor.
Here comes Bing Crosby saying we should accentuate the positive. I guess that was easy if you were Bing Crosby.
Guess they weren't so good at mitigating radiation back in those days. Levels are almost off the charts. I'll monitor things from here.
Allie.
Looks pretty dangerous in there. You have any sort of radiation protection on you?
Don't worry about me.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
See?
Mm-hmm.
Look, they were... Looks pretty dangerous in there. You have any sort of radiation protection on you?
Downcycling airlock. Please wait. Initiating decontamination sequence. Decontamination complete. You may proceed.
this wasn't really what I planned on doing today.
This radio station here, we don't really make any caps. So most of the people helping us over here. Stop asking if we have anything else. This next song, it's... Whoa!
Weapons ready.
Sir.
this wasn't really what I planned on doing today.